And we're back.
I
just want to say, John, I apologize for raising my voice to you in your own home.
I couldn't hear you over the air conditioning.
That was unprofessional of me, and I don't want our audience to think that I have any actual animosity or rage towards you.
Right.
Yes.
Do you, though?
I don't want the audience to believe that I do.
He doesn't want to think that. John, I've heard that you have a little bit of an idea for us today.
We're finally getting around to that little format Scott's always been talking about.
First off, I would like to
say... we need an introduction, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Oh.
Welcome, everybody, to In the Buff.
You know that format you were talking about?
It's quickly
It's all over the place.
I am currently peeling the layers of clothes off my body.
Of course, because we're all nude.
Yes.
Of course.
We keep this up, I'm actually going to take my shirt off.
And we got...
Well,
Chris.
Let that AC stay off a little longer.
Let me say my
to.
name. I'm Scott.
I'm John.
I'm Cody.
So, John, what you have for us?
Do you think, we should figure out an order and memorize the order, or just always mix it up?
No, let's just do it, whatever, you know?
Okay, that's fine.
This isn't a try-hard operation here.
I like going in alphabetical, but that puts me at top, and I don't want to be at top.
More of a bottom?
Is that because you always fuck up?
We went reverse alphabetical this time.
Another joke.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say
That's
your
yes
name.
ending, John.
I said my name.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's right.
It's kind of close.
Oh, okay. So...
Oh, John, you're here.
I'm John. Stay away from my foot.
You hit me.
Stay away from me.
You hit me.
So, at the end of the last podcast... Yesterday for us.
Yes.
Man, look at us. We're bulk recording right now.
They don't need to know that.
John and Chris are going to a music festival because they hate their friends.
If we want to maintain the illusion, guys, that's the first rule of podcasting. AVMTSOB. Always be maintaining their suspension of disbelief.
Right. You forgot the D.
Disbelief.
Oh, yeah, I said SOB.
I thought you were going to say son of a bitch at the end.
Okay.
Editor, go back and change my talking there to a D, and then it's going to sound really foolish when Scott calls me out.
Yeah.
Can you just say the letter D?
D.
Well, now the joke's ruined.
Am I edit slut now?
Have you not been?
You don't have the guts.
You are acting edit slut.
Oh, okay. That's good.
John, do the thing.
Can we please just start? It's been 5 minutes.
So, at the end of the last podcast, I planned to put together some questions. And in that whole week of time that I had to put together all these questions...
Whole week.
I have 15 questions to ask you guys.
How are we doing this? Is it going to be like the Newlywed Game?
So, I'm going to ask the first question. We will go around, see if we can guess each other's answers,
right,
and then say the answer of ourselves.
Okay. Do we want to write this
down? So we have
down?
to answer you're going to ask a question and we have to answer you? For you?
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So, we'll start it off pretty simple, right?
Okay.
What's my favorite color?
God damn it.
I know. Easy.
I think I've got an inkling of your favorite color.
Okay. All right.
I think I got it.
All right. We'll go clockwise. Cody?
I'm going to say...
He's looking around the room for some sort of clue.
Red.
Okay. Chris?
It's obviously going to be a deep blue.
That was my second guess.
No.
Scott?
See, red used to be his favorite color, but then he learned that red was gay. So now, green is his favorite color.
Okay, he said with a lot of confidence.
Yes.
You want to go one layer deeper?
You like a forest green.
You son of a bitch. You're right.
Hell yes.
Except for the gay part, I don't remember that ever meaning that.
I made fun of you for that way back when.
I didn't know that. All right. Well done.
Great job. Excellent. 14 more.
So
I'm the better friend, I guess.
I guess he's the better friend.
Well, we'll see who's the better friend at question 15.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All
right. What kind of sleeper do you think I am? Do you think I sleep on my back, on my sides, or on my stomach.
Oh, well, this is obvious because you have sleep apnea.
Yeah, yes.
So you sleep.
So that rules one out.
Yeah.
So you sleep on your back.
Chris,
Well, judging...
you used to be my roommate.
Yeah.
I did used to be your roommate. And judging that...
Oh, but maybe back sleeping is bad for sleep apneics.
Mhm.
You
Apneics.
sleep on your side because I remember this time where you picked me up and you had an imprint
Oh,
apnea
oh.
mask. So you had to be on your side for that.
That was recent too. That was like 2 weeks
recent,
ago.
yeah.
I am.
I'm
That's why
changing my answer.
That's why I can remember.
too late.
You can't
It's too
do
late.
that.
No.
I am edit slut. I decide when they are answered.
Oh my
I
goodness.
voiced my dissent before he gave his answer. I'm changing to side.
I am
Okay.
quite certain you sleep on your side because I remember wandering into your room one day when I was staying the night,
Nice.
and like it was early morning, and I woke up way before you did, and I'm just like standing there like, what do I do? I don't want to like. I don't know what to do. I don't want to turn on the TV by myself.
Yep.
You sleep on your side.
That is accurate, guys. I sleep on my side. Sleeping on your back, it doesn't really matter. Sleep apnea doesn't actually bother you.
Yeah, my dad slept on his back. He also had the same
However,
It's irrelevant. I got the answer right.
You did.
Because of my false suspicions.
But it does kind of ruin sleeping on your face. Sleeping on
Yeah.
your stomach doesn't really work.
Anyone who
However,
does that is a psychotic pathophilia.
however,
Yes. Cut it out.
Or leave it in.
I sleep on my stomach.
do
Disgusting.
you have sleep apnea?
Yes.
Probably.
Probably.
Probably because you're sleeping on your
Undiagnosed.
stomach.
Not only do I sleep on my side, I wake up usually every 2 hours to drink a gulp of water, flip over to the other side, and go right back to sleep.
Your life sounds like hell.
It's
sorry,
not,
John.
It's not great. It's not great. All right, we're back to easy mode. What's my favorite superhero? I think you're the only one who's going to struggle with this.
Well, I'm
Read the room, Cody.
I'm gonna
Come
say
on.
Captain America.
He's looking up at that hat.
All right,
Captain America.
Yeah,
Captain America.
it's Captain
Easy.
America.
Weenie Hut Jr. mode right there. Captain
Yeah.
America all the way.
Do you want to pass the questions around? Or
I was
are you
about
gonna do
to.
all 15?
I was about to. I was only doing 3.
Fucking
Oh.
bigoted
Wait,
piece of shit.
3? There's only 4 of us.
That leaves 3 for the room, maybe?
For the audience to answer.
Oh,
Oh.
I would love that. Okay, let's try that.
All right. So, we'll pass it on to Cody.
Ooh.
All right. Now, am I just reading these and we're still guessing your answers, or are they
You
my
know what?
answers now?
Let's all actually pause out of the podcast for a second.
Okay.
We could. So, how far in are we?
We're about 10.5 minutes.
We're about 10 minutes in. So, I mean, we can go through like my whole list, and then we can go through somebody else, or like we can just do 3 me, 3 you, 3 you.
I like 3. I like
each.
3, 3, 3, 3, and then 3. We'll just like pose 3 to the table.
Okay. I'm sad that I put a certain 3, one of the 3 at the bottom.
Oh.
All right, so you get 4,
Okay,
5,
So, do you want
6.
to start at 4?
I get 4, 5, 6. And we're back.
And we're back.
Well,
Or we might just leave that in.
Oh,
and
no.
we're still here.
Yeah, why not?
Banter.
Jeez.
All right, so question 4. This is me, Cody, asking these, and they're guessing it about me. What makes me really angry? Now, I have
Okay.
tried over the past couple of years through therapy and self-reflection and meditation to let go of the things that bother me and irritate me and
Feel the cloud of hate inside you float away.
And it's probably no surprise that the last couple of years of my life have not developed necessarily to my advantage.
Right.
So, to paraphrase a rather heinous figure from the 20th century.
Count Chris, clockwise.
Okay.
What do you think?
I want to say it's probably people that cut you off in traffic.
Okay,
I know of a thing that makes you quite angry.
go for
Lord
it.
of the Rings, Rings of Power.
Oh, man. Now I got to choose a different answer.
Ooh.
Man, I mean, I'm kind of copy and pasting with this. The only thing I can go to is hearing all those stupid Marvel fans now.
Mhm.
But I won't copy paste his answer. I'm gonna say your brother can make you really angry.
Oh, that's a good one.
So these are all very good answers,
All right.
Thank you.
except for Chris's.
It was generic.
I'm a really calm driver.
You strike me as a calm
and I don't worry about other people's driving around me.
Chris, you should have said talking on the phone while driving. Stuck in a phone call while driving.
Because you called me
Earlier,
earlier.
yeah.
Because I forgot that we were recording and I was driving home.
Yes.
You two are close. You kind of are dancing around it. The thing that makes me really angry, the one answer that I had in my mind, Rings of Power, I actually don't hate it. It doesn't make me angry. It just, I don't really care for it, and I kind of just see it as a larger symptom. A symptom of a larger problem.
Exactly.
So I'm uninterested in Rings of Power. But the thing that makes me angrier than anything else is conspicuous consumerism.
Okay.
I hate people who just personify pop culture and consumer products and all those goddamn Funko Pops.
Like you hate the
You mean those sick collectibles?
you hate the behavior of like the real version of the classic Red Letter Media bit.
Exactly. What Red Letter Media satirizes on Nerd Crew,
Nerd Crew.
I hate that in real life.
Yeah.
The unironic adoration for pop culture, because people can say it's adoration of pop culture when in reality it's adoration of products and corporations.
I would say it's almost deification of corporations.
Sure. That's another good way of putting it. It just really bothers me that people think that a company's products are a substitute for their personality.
Yep. 5.
Second question. What is your favorite book to read? Now, John, let me call an audible here. Do you mean like what type of book? Like a genre? Or do
What
you
is
mean
your
like a
favorite
specific book? Okay.
What is your favorite book?
This is interesting. Because I had a staple answer for a long time, but that might have changed.
This is tough.
I have a couple of candidates. So I will pick 3. And if anybody gets the 3, I'll say you got it right.
I know, I mean, the podcast listeners know he loves C.S. Lewis.
Yeah.
There's only one problem, Scott. I don't know jack shit about what he wrote.
Just say the line, the wish, and the wardrobe.
Yeah.
I also read a lot.
He really does.
I've read maybe close to 40 books this year.
Okay.
Wow.
I understand that to somebody out there, 40 books isn't a lot for September. It is for me.
That's an ungodly amount for me.
I was an English major and I didn't read that book.
All
That
right,
many books.
I have
I've
an
read
idea.
like 9 pages.
I don't have a specific book, but I hope you'll accept it.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go with, because we're all big nerds and we like fantasy, so I'm going to go with The Hobbit.
Okay.
In a similar vein, you've told me to read it quite often. I really want to read it. I can't remember the name.
Uh-oh.
Good answer.
I
Good
can't
answer.
remember the name.
I'll tell you right now, I know the book you're talking about, and that's one of the 3.
Shit. What is the name?
Man. Chris,
You
can you
go.
put like some suspenseful mute? Never mind.
You go.
See, I was gonna say like one of the Lord of the Rings books. But I'll just take a shot in the dark because really I don't know. We're gonna say Ready Player One because that was my favorite book.
God damn.
Is the Weatherlight Saga trilogy?
The Weatherlight Saga.
I don't know. I think I know what you're talking about.
So,
Shit. I can't remember.
my go-to answer for the longest...
Stormlight Archive.
Which one?
I don't know.
Oh my
No
god.
idea. No
Okay.
idea.
Well, I'll give you Stormlight Archive.
All right. Yeah.
I'll give you Stormlight Archive.
Good answer.
So this is probably going to be a surprising answer. While I truly appreciate the story,
Was it Ready Player 2?
oh my god!
Everyone forgets
While
about
I
that one.
truly appreciate and respect the story and think it's one of the best stories in fiction, I actually kind of think that The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings are a slog to read.
I agree.
They just come from a different era.
We've talked
that I am not used
briefly.
to.
We talked about this briefly when we tried to, listeners, we tried to do a book club briefly.
Yeah.
I still kind of want to do it. For me, I'm sure a lot of people have this phenomena where I start a book series and it, like, the first one is always a real slog, but then I like get used to the cadence of the author and I can rip through the other ones. And it's hard to do that with Lord of the Rings. It's especially hard because he has just an odd cadence. And I love Tolkien. He just has an odd way of telling a story.
It's from a different time.
Yeah.
And my super saturated Gen Z fried brain can't pay attention to it for very long. I think Fellowship's all right. I can't get through Two Towers.
That's my favorite one.
I've been trying and have started over multiple times.
When I read book 1 and book 2, because I still haven't gone through book 3, what it seemed like is that I have this short story and I have all this world building I'm going to shove into it.
Yeah.
To make it 3 novels.
This is just his second question. He
Yeah.
hasn't even finished telling us what the
Yeah,
answers
yeah.
were.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So my staple go-to answer for the longest time was Great Gatsby. I read that.
Of course.
I read that, I think, like my freshman year of high school, and I reread that every year until I graduated college, I think.
Really?
Yep. My second answer was probably The Way of Kings, the first book in the Stormlight Archive, and then my third answer would have been The Lies of Locke Lamora, which is the first book in the Gentleman Bastard series.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
That one, it's such a good story, and it's also like really funny. It's like fantasy, it's kind of like a dark comedy. It's also a heist book. So I love it. Those 3 books are great, and I don't think we're ever getting a 4th because it's been like a decade, and the guy, the author's still like, it's coming next year. It's a real George R. R. Martin
Yeah.
situation.
What a reaction.
Sorry, I just tried so hard to hold it so that we could cut it out.
I thought he was going to freak out about something you said.
I know.
I need to... I'll leave that in.
I think my eyes are moving.
Last one.
You close your eyes.
All right, book 6.
Okay.
Or excuse me, question 6. This is an interesting one. What did I want to be when I was a child?
That was your brother.
I wanted to be a space cop.
See, I didn't know you back then because I didn't exist.
Well, you existed. You were just still in prison.
I have a general idea. It's a bit of a cop-out answer, I think.
That's all right. I don't know. I have an answer. I don't know if it's what I was actually thinking when I was a child.
All right. I got this.
Okay.
I bet young Cody was like a maniac. So I'm gonna say Daredevil. You want to be
The
like
superhero?
Evil Knievel.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, he did burn his house down.
he did.
What?
He did do that.
I wasn't recording it though, so
Oh,
And did you get a sexual thrill?
no sexual thrill,
All right.
it'd be pretty awkward if you did.
just PTSD.
My answer, there was a brief time, you've always been the kind of guy I feel, like who just kind of gets into everything.
Mm-hmm. That's a good observation.
There was a time where I feel like you wanted to be a genuine musician, and
Okay.
you were getting pretty into the guitar.
Okay.
And I was like envious of that. I remember being like, man, first off, I wish I could have a guitar, and secondly, I wish I could teach myself things, but I just can't.
Yeah, but you were like a pretty good pianist.
Yeah, but you say that, but like, I
You were.
couldn't even read notes. Like, I just heard a thing.
I couldn't either.
And I did this. No, that's the one. No, that's the one. Until I got the tune, I'm like, da 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 da, and then I could do it. And it took like an hour, something that I could just read on a page.
I feel like, I mean, I hate our seating arrangement right now, because I was gonna go towards a musician, but I don't want to just sit here and say the same fucking answers as Scott.
That's fine.
I feel like you kind of no. Actually, that was probably Kyle.
I'll give you a hint since you're going last.
Oh.
Scott is on the right track, being a creative profession.
See, I felt like I was gonna say some sort of like video game designing,
Okay.
Ooh, that's
yeah.
that'd be cool.
but I also feel like that was something Kyle was really into as well.
Yeah, I think so. So the answer is, and I say that Scott was the closest because it was a kind of a creative outlet. I wanted to make movies.
Oh,
We're fucking
okay.
idiots.
You can
This
look it
is
up
our
on
main
YouTube.
editor.
You can look it up on YouTube right now. In high school, you did that Rube Goldberg.
Oh, that was incredible.
If you watch that, you can tell he wanted to make
It was
movies.
so well done.
Yep, I loved making short stories and short films. I loved writing, and it just, it was always just a hobby. That's probably why I liked doing YouTube,
Yeah.
because I really like editing. So, but yeah, movie maker.
Chris's turn.
So, guys, do you think I would rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job?
Lottery.
Lottery. You're not the... Oh, I'm sorry, John.
Well, I know where these fucking schmicks are going to. I think lottery is the easy answer. But, and we've heard you talk about it time and time and time again about how, all right, if I win the lottery, you're getting $1 million, you're getting $1 million.
Oh,
it's like you're fucking
self-interest.
Oprah Winfrey. You're getting $1 million. Hey, homeless guy on the street, you're getting $1 million.
I'm buying
But-
this town.
Chris, I think deep down, you would love to have a job that you just feel like you're doing something perfect with. I think you want that more than the
Do you
lottery.
think if you like earned like $1 billion, you could buy the town and like declare yourself sovereign, like mayor?
I've thought
Do
about
you
this a
not think
lot.
that's already in my plans?
There are like real
I'm one
things.
house down.
There are real programs where you can purchase areas of the world, right?
Yeah,
Why could I not purchase the land that this town is on?
right. Well, I think that's just
I'm already
real
working
estate.
on it.
Well, if I buy every piece of land, then I'm the one underneath, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you had like $1 billion, you could probably buy up every like household
Right.
How,
in the town.
how cool would it be to just own this shitty town?
I mean, I think that's what corporation towns are.
Yeah,
Those are real.
that's what a
Yeah.
company town
Yeah,
is.
yeah, those are real.
I'll tell you why I said lottery.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, and this might be getting a little deep, a little heavy, I don't think you have a perfect job. I think that you're interested in a lot of things, and your ambitions and your interests pull you in a lot of different directions, and I don't think you'd ever be satisfied setting down roots for very long. And so even if you did find your quote-unquote perfect job, I don't think you could stay with it.
I'm gonna agree.
He's worked at the same grocery store for like a decade.
That is the perfect job.
Is that your perfect job, though?
He
Yeah,
straight up,
no.
the
I
one that he was at shut down, and he was like, "Can I go to this one?"
I think that's more out of necessity than anything, though.
I'm gonna agree with Cody here. I think your perfect job is what you're doing right now. Not the job you have, but what you're doing right now is your perfect job.
Yeah.
And winning the lottery would allow you the freedom to maintain doing that without the needless other job you have.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's
Mhm.
both.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'm very eclectic. And I have so many interests and so many dreams that I want to create, and winning the lottery would definitely allow those to become realities. And so I can start up all 50 of the things I want to do and be like, sweet, I'm doing everything now.
Ohio
Like
Goon wins
voice
lottery.
spam. We got like so many projects.
So who's right? Who's the more right?
Uh,
I don't think
I
it's
need
me.
to know who wins.
Cody has the reasoning for it.
Damn it.
But you also said lottery, so
Sure.
you also
Yeah.
get the points.
Whoa.
This game's
But,
stupid.
But word count counts. Cody gets it. What is the
What?
best gift you've ever been given?
Dice Tower. I gave Chris a dice tower last Christmas.
See, this is actually a great one because he wasn't in our friend group until he was like post high school, pretty much. Except you. He was part of your friend group.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you and I, shot in the dark.
Oh, I know the answer immediately, actually.
Oh.
So
Was
what's
Dice
your-
Tower actually your answer?
Well, yes.
So what's your answer, John? It's not whatever I got for the hat trick.
Because you didn't get
I
anything.
didn't get anything.
Oh, you ungrateful little fuck.
You have to continue living.
True.
Man.
So much dead air to cut out of this one.
What did I even get you for Christmas? I don't know. I think I filled up your gas tank once one year.
That's a pretty good gift.
So I realize why you thought that I didn't have much of a chance on this one. And it really shows how much of a narcissist I am. Because I'm like, oh, the best gift that Chris could have gotten could only have been a gift I got him.
Yep.
And I've only ever given him one gift. That decorative rooster I bought you last Christmas.
Dude, that really might be it, though.
It's made out of like straw and other foliage.
Brambles.
Found it at Goodwill.
I'm really curious what this is, though.
It was.
I mean, we're missing like 18 years of content
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Well, I only existed since last Tuesday, so
Last Thursdayism. That's what you're thinking. Last Thursday.
yeah. I wanted to change it up.
I don't get how this continuity thing works.
I got for my. I was in 3rd grade.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I was in 3rd grade and I got a Game Boy Advance SP
man,
and
you know,
a Pokemon cartridge.
Game
Which
Boys
Pokemon?
were a
Leaf
game
Green.
changer.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah, it
Good
was my
lord.
first console that I didn't have to share with my brother.
That's pretty solid.
That's a pretty.
Yeah.
That's a
Pretty
pretty big deal.
And
I'm glad I didn't get this question because I don't know what I
Well,
would say.
This was kind of like when I set this
Would you
up.
have
It was
said
a
that
two-parter.
sailboat I got you last Christmas?
It's a good one.
Mm,
Last
yeah.
Christmas was great for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this was kind of a two-parter. So like, yeah, I guess you get the next one. I think was that the third one or is that the?
That's the second
No,
one.
Was that
that's
the second
my
one?
second one.
Oh, thank God. It's good. Ooh, scary.
Ooh.
What have we got?
Okay. Oh, I missed my first one. I skipped
Okay.
it. All right, so now we got to go back to my first
no.
one.
So you missed number 7.
Yep.
All right.
Just do 9.
Just do 9.
That was
Scott will
9.
get
No,
7.
just do 10. I'll do 7, 11, 12.
Okay. So number 10. What is the worst gift you've ever been given?
Worst gift.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a straw chicken?
It has a prominent.
My mind
place.
immediately went to Dice Tower.
I was about to as well. Damn it. Oh, damn it.
My mind also went to Dice Tower, but that's not the answer.
Oh, thank God. You still use that dice tower.
Every other week.
Yeah.
Or maybe more.
I'm gonna say the worst gift you ever gotten was, man, I don't know. This is tough. I have no idea.
You want to tag me in?
Tagging him in.
All right.
Mhm.
2003 Silver Cavalier.
That job at the grocery store that your mom gave you.
Damn. All right.
I've
Yo, what up, Chris's mom? How you doing?
I'm gonna say it's something that like I'm gonna say it's something that your dad got you that kind of pushed you towards an interest that you weren't interested in. Something like a
Ooh.
football or something athletic like that.
Like
Something
a-
sports related,
like a
like a
beer
jersey.
So, fathers didn't really get me anything.
That was my
Ooh.
fear of going
Multiple.
with that one.
Multiple.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes.
The job is good, but that's
Ooh.
given me money, which allowed me
Yeah,
to
I mean,
like get the PlayStation.
if you didn't like it so much, you would have
many
given
You
it
mean
up
that
to me by
PlayStation that
now.
you sold?
Re-gifted
I did
it.
sell it.
Yeah.
And that Silver Cavalier I got to sell as a lemon to my dad. So that was a great gift, actually.
Okay.
Oh fuck, dude, we're on the wrong question.
Yeah. I don't think I've been given a bad gift. Because I do not expect anything ever. So anything is like, thank you so much.
I have a Game Boy that got ruined with milk in 2007.
I
You want
remember
that?
that Game Boy. I can give you this one for free.
Half the screen works.
Was that Cody's milk?
I actually know this
No.
one, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
The worst gift I've ever received was the gift you gave me last Christmas.
God damn!
It was a mug that just said, "What happened? I was an honor student."
What does it even mean?
Okay. Holy shit, I got some good ones. All
Yeah,
right.
you
Remember
did.
to do
The only thing I can think of is that it's making fun of people who have to constantly interject about their honor student status.
I like to think that, like, post high school, he's like, what the fuck do I do with my life? Where do I go from here? School didn't teach me this.
All right. Who cares? My first one. What makes me laugh the most?
I don't want to be too vague.
From my standpoint, you laugh pretty good when I start going hard. And it's because of, like, a good joke, not just because of, like, the or the the bicycle noise.
Funny noises.
Yeah,
Funny.
it's not that. It's like the bits. Like the other night with the fucking
Luigi
Mario
bit.
and Luigi, that whole world that we created, like that had my ribs fucking breaking.
Mhm.
But it's when you make bits that get us going good.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say too. I'll give it a little more specificity.
All right.
And I'm going to say like wacky Dungeons and Dragons nonsense.
That's
There's
a
some
one.
good shit that happens there.
That's a good one. Chris, what are you thinking?
Oh man, I want to say I'm never funny, so I can't say me.
Oh.
And I was gonna say John, but I can't say John. John said John.
He
I used myself as an example.
He kind of said John.
So
You could still say me though.
I'm gonna say John. I think John makes you laugh the most.
Oh, thanks.
If we're narrowing it down to people, I'm sorry, but it's not you, John.
Don't you dare say Monty.
It actually is Monty. I laugh so much. But
Get wrecked, loser.
I think you were kind of spot on. When I get, and to a lesser extent you, when I get a good bit and you guys react to it, like the energy you give back to me just like goes inside my soul and
Yeah.
amplifies every feeling I have. And it's so good. I'm like, yes, I made my friends laugh. This is amazing. I'm just into that.
Dude,
As
you got me.
hokey and dumb as that
You
sounds.
got me so good that night that even Monty was like,
Well,
"Is
damn.
he okay?"
That's exactly that's what I said when I'm like I don't want to be too vague about it. But
Yeah.
I thought it was just like your friends
Yeah.
having fun.
Yes.
What was going to be my answer?
The next one I got here is, and you can get really specific with this one. I already have a specific one in mind.
Okay.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh,
What
Is
would
it
my
a-
superpower be?
Is it a
Um,
conventional one?
oh.
Like, would it make a top 10 list?
That's hard to say. If it did, it would be on near the bottom of the list.
Okay.
we've talked about this.
Dude, I don't know, man. There's part of me that wants to say like telekinesis, like the Force, but it's just like, because I mean, like, that's what we grew up thinking. Like, man, this would be so cool. Like, go back to Darth Vader, fucking Force choking people, or like just throw motherfuckers up in the air. I'm gonna say something like the Force.
Okay.
I'm going to say Mangetto powers.
Ooh, all right. I like saying his name. I like saying his name.
You get other people saying his name
Ooh.
when you were around
Shit.
them.
What if that was my power?
That was your superhero name.
That's my secret, Cap.
I'm always Mangetto.
What are we thinking, Chris?
I want to say it's gotta be like teleportation. like to go and experience things from around the world instantaneously.
Ooh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that would be yours.
No, mine's flight.
So that you could go places and experience things around the world.
But not instantly?
No, I want to get over my...
Aren't you scared of heights?
Exactly, I want to get over that.
That's
you can fly real
interesting.
low.
Yeah.
You don't have to get more than 3-4 feet off the ground.
There's a world where you do that. And it's like, Chris, you're not even enjoying it to the full capabilities.
I'm flying, and I'm going like
2 miles an hour, like hovering over the sidewalk.
And you're like off balance the whole time, like
Those are all great options. That's not what I had in mind, though.
Okay.
I think I've thought about this a lot. Don't make it perverted.
X-ray vision.
No, it's time stop.
Okay.
I would love to be able to stop time and then just... I am no longer affected by the passage of time for as long as a time as I want. And I could just do a thing, and I could, like, become the best at playing guitar tomorrow. But it's not a shortcut, because I still have to do the work.
Right.
And I'm into that idea.
Okay.
I really like that idea of having enough time to do whatever the hell I want. But like I said, those are all great options.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of places I like to teleport to. Is that my last one?
I think you had one more.
I think you had one more. You
This,
should have 12.
this should be easy for you guys. What is my favorite movie?
Oh, I know your favorite horror movie.
All right.
I don't know if that'd be your favorite movie.
I know if
I've
I
got a
think
pretty
about
good
this
answer.
too much, I'm going to start overthinking it.
Mm-hmm.
First movie that comes to mind, Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back.
I was gonna say Empire.
I'm going to go with a comedy that I know you love.
Mhm.
Jack and Jill 2.
Was there a sequel?
I don't think so.
So I'm gonna go with.
I would have seen it.
I'm gonna go with Airplane.
Oh,
You think Airplane is my favorite movie?
Airplane's a good guess. It's a funny movie.
Weirdly, like, my next guess, and I think this is just because I hear you talking about it a lot, is that multiverse movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You've been
It's a
talking-
bit.
you've
It's
been-
a bit new. To
It
be
is
one of my favorite
new.
movies.
And I know
Or
that, like,
Spaceballs.
if we're treating it like you do music in your Spotify playlist, you would have to watch it numerous times before you're like, I don't want to ever watch this. This is off my list
You
of
kind of
things.
do that. I never thought about it. I would have accepted 2. The correct answer, Episode 5. You got it. I grew up a Star Wars kid. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I'm a freaking loser. But I love Star Wars Episode 5. It is like not only the best Star Wars movie, in my opinion, it is a great movie. And I just love Star Wars. The old ones.
All right.
I would have accepted Pulp Fiction as well.
So I have
God, yes.
I have one for the table for everybody. We're gonna go around and we're gonna go ahead and just answer this cleanly. Nobody's
Right.
gonna guess it for each other.
All right.
Okay.
Cody, we'll start with you. How old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real?
I think I
And
was.
Oh.
how did you find out?
I was probably about 9 or 10, and my mom told me.
That's pretty bog standard.
How'd you handle it?
With rational disbelief.
Like, you're like, no, you're lying to me.
That's basically what I told her straight to her face. That's not true.
Oh, that's cute as fuck.
Why are you playing this game with me? I've known he's been real for 10 years.
You're very upfront about our finances, Mom. We don't have the monetary capital to be affording the kind of gifts that I've been giving every Christmas.
I've done the books.
Oh, man.
What about
Chris.
you? What about you?
Fuck.
We're on to you.
This is not like some sort of story. I don't think I ever like truly believed. Like, why would there be cartoons and everything? G.I. Joes aren't real. Why would Santa Claus be? And I think it was really when I was about 8. I was just like, no, this isn't real.
Okay.
Well, how about that?
All right. Yeah.
Mine, it might be surprising.
Ow.
I wanted to be a Minotaur. So,
You can understand that reference
Oh.
in the podcast on the top right.
so when I never really truly felt like I believed in Santa Claus. He always just seemed very cartoony. Whereas stuff like Mothman and not Slenderman, Mothman and Minotaur and Bigfoot. They were like monsters, and they were gritty and real.
They're manifestations of the horrors of the real world.
Exactly.
And so, of course, they're more in tune with reality.
Santa Claus was like a living cartoon. I'm not sure I ever truly believed Santa Claus existed, but there was definitely moments where I'd like be excited, like, oh, the news is telling me where the sleigh is tonight, or like whatever the hell. You know how they do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then like I just knew, like my mom was saying from Santa Claus on the presents, but I just didn't say anything. I also weirdly, this is a bit of a red flag and I'm a bit of a departure. I think I knew what sex was pretty early too. And I recognized that I
see
knew
where those things correlate.
I recognized that I knew what sex was, but I still pretended as if I'm just a little kid because I knew that's what the way it's supposed to be.
I think there was a lot of that growing up where you were pretending to be oblivious about certain things that you had learned maybe a little too early, maybe at a perfectly reasonable time, but you just felt embarrassed knowing it anyways.
That was the big one for me. I was embarrassed that it was like, oh, icky. It was like an adult thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
knew there was something going on down there. It's not just for pissing.
I remember like being in middle school getting really embarrassed when I started getting facial hair and like shaving and like, excuse me.
Sorry, my
and
body's dying.
like denying that I was like shaving and stuff.
Right.
Joke's on me because I don't have much facial hair anyways.
Oh man, that's sad.
I don't have this problem because I was at least with like sex and things, I was a late bloomer.
Yeah.
So I was like in sophomore year of high school when that started all going on.
That's very late.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see.
John? Santa Claus?
I don't even really want to joke about that.
Well,
thanks.
So like, you know, we kind of derailed a little bit. It took me until like 7th grade to know what a hard-on was.
I don't know how that relates to Santa Claus.
Still more early than I.
And it was some random fucking kid that I didn't even like.
Excuse me?
What?
Oh no! Oh god! Oh, my terrible choice of words. It was this freaking douchebag kid that I went to school with. That was like, what's going on down there? I'm like, what are you talking about? Worst day of my life.
I am so confused.
I have a great story relating to that. Just, and this is a reflection of how my brain works.
Okay.
But I remember like figuring stuff out around 4th or 5th grade. After Santa Claus got debunked, I had to start growing up fast.
You're like, what the fuck else happened? They told me.
And I remember like, just like, so before we had like internet or anything, we didn't have, this is before like Wikipedia and everything. And so what we had instead was Microsoft released this digital encyclopedia called Encarta.
I've never heard of it either.
And I would just go onto the Encarta encyclopedia and just type in boobs.
Oh, that's cute as fuck. Oh.
And that's how I started seeing naked people.
That's incredible.
And I remember being in like 5th grade and like going to the bathroom and like popping a boner.
I hate this.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, you've done your research. You are maintaining an erection right now. That's perfectly normal.
If this lasts more than 2 hours, I need to call a doctor.
Now, the real question is, why do you have an erection right now? You weren't thinking about anything particularly sexually arousing, and nothing in this middle school aroused you.
Dude.
I just realized, like, a couple of years ago, like, that was probably the first time when I was, like, 11 when I recognized myself getting erections, and I'm like, what was happening before then? Where I wasn't recognizing, just being in public.
You know how like every school gets like you have the talk eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, when the kids were figuring things out before that, and I was hearing terminology I did not know, I wasn't like quiet about it either. I went home. I'm like, Mom, what's a vagina? I'm like 7th grade, I think.
You have no shame.
I didn't understand at the time.
So,
oh, you mean right now?
Yeah.
so before I existed, I went to a different school than you guys,
Right.
and they had the talk later than you guys did. And
How
I
late?
moved.
How late?
Sophomore year.
I think it was the end of the elementary school, so
That's way
earlier.
year 6.
We had ours like
7th,
7th grade.
grade. Yeah. I think we had another one freshman year.
Oh, well, elementary is different in some schools.
Yeah.
So end of elementary school could be 6th grade.
What I'm saying is that I didn't get that until like high school health class.
Oh, I see.
Wait, are you saying you didn't get that information, or you just didn't understand it?
No, I didn't
He like
get that information.
he moved from that school to ours.
I see.
Oh,
Gotcha.
shit.
Yeah,
You
That's
skipped over
awesome.
it.
yeah.
That like honestly,
No, it wasn't.
I don't know how that makes me feel about myself. That makes me feel kind of smart.
You're
Because
welcome.
I don't truly remember ever learning anything about that. I just felt like I kind of knew it. Like I remember having the talk at school. My parents didn't give me the talk. I remember getting those classes at school and being like, oh yeah, I knew this. Whatever.
How about that?
And it's just that. Am I suppressing something?
Well,
Santa
I
Claus,
definitely
huh?
suppressed
You were a
something.
scout.
So, my finding out of Santa Claus being fake story
Thanks for getting us back on track.
is a little bit sad.
Oh no.
So we're not going to end on this. We're
Okay.
going to talk a little bit and let it end on a beat.
We still got one more question.
Yeah, we got another
Yeah.
question.
Oh, we do have one more question. You're right.
Yeah.
It's like I made this list and I forgot. So, I'm 11 years old. It's mid-December. We're like 1 week away. Presents are... I think they were upstairs at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother, him and I got into an argument while we're in the kitchen. And my mom and my dad and my sister were watching fucking Family Feud or something. I forget. But they were nearby. And I beat him in a game of Madden. And he was like, I don't fucking care. Santa's not even real. And I'm like,
Oh
I'm
my
like-
god.
I already knew that. And I turned the PlayStation off and I went to my room a couple minutes later. And I just broke down and cried.
Oh,
I
my
was
God.
gone. I was so far gone for
I
like...
want to give you a hug.
Because, like, I was so into it as a kid. I helped my mom make cookies, and we
Oh.
left the milk out. And little old me didn't know that dad was coming over to fucking eat them and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
I can't
didn't
wait.
get it.
I hope I get to do that with kids.
And I'm like, dude, I would stay up till like 3 a.m. trying to catch Santa. And it was a yearly thing that I tried to do this.
Mm.
He did that, and I'm like, I already know this. You think I don't know? Yeah, of course I knew. And I just like looked at everybody, and they're just like all like eyeballing me, like I was the center of attention. And I'm like, I need to get out of here before I break. Go to my room, go sit by the closet, come back out a few hours later, just keep watching TV or whatever we were doing, and I'm just like pretend it like never even happened.
That tells me that you, as a boy, as a young lad, before that happened, you had your doubts, but you held on to the faith.
Well, to go even further, I was like, I'm not going to tell anybody else this. I don't want them to feel what I feel.
Oh my God, dude!
And to make it even better, everybody knew before I did. Like, all my friends, you guys already fucking knew.
Oh.
But I'm like, I don't want to do this to anybody else. This is going to be my secret, Santa.
I love you, John. I'm sorry Santa got ruined. So,
Question 3.
what was your What was
Oh.
your favorite subject in school?
Hmm.
Sex ed. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
bet you.
Nice.
I bet it was.
Nice.
Any and all of the sciences were the greatest thing.
That's not clockwise though. Isn't that fun? that you
That's
just
not
said
clockwise.
that? I guess I'll go now. So it's clockwise.
We can go counterclockwise.
Started with me.
Just gonna call an audible. Also, why are you asking the question? That's also not clockwise.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
All right. Everybody rewind. Here you go.
What was your favorite subject in school?
That's a good question,
That's a
Cody.
great
Yeah.
question.
That's a great
I like
question.
that. Good question.
Good
Yeah.
answer.
Scott,
Good.
would you like to answer?
I would like to answer.
Oh, no.
What is it, Scott?
My favorite subject in school is easy. I suck at creative stuff. I loved math and science because just intrinsically it made me feel good that math made sense. If I did this to a number, then that is the number now. It was like, you know how people talk about control and how like kids have no control and they're like they act out and do whatever things to get control or whatever. That was my way to get control, was math. I knew exactly what I had to do to get this number from this other number, and I still love that. I've always been good with numbers, I feel. Maybe I'm not. But that's math and science is my favorite. I like science because it's the same principle. Just without numbers, it's physics, you know. If I do this, this happens. That's the way the world works. And I'm into that.
You started this out with saying that you didn't care much for your creative classes.
Yeah.
And that sparked the memory of the story of like 5th grade when you were in art class.
Yes, yeah.
And you made the clay, the clay knight.
So I was making, we had to make these clay knights in art class. And like I was making mine or whatever. And the
Knight
kid,
with a K, like a man in armor.
Yeah. And
John,
the kid next to me was making his, and it like had this, he had this, his knight had this like huge thing on his head, like this huge bulbous thing. And I'm just like, what's that on your knight's head? And the kid just like looks at me, he's like, that's a tumor. And like this happening to John happened to me throughout the whole class. And that bitch art class.
I almost just said her name.
Teacher. There we go. That art teacher's like, Scott, you want to step out or something? And I'm like, his thing is a tumor. I'm gonna lose my mind. She's like, step out and get some water. I'm like, all right, you got it. It's a tumor. Like I just walk out and get some water, and I'm losing my shit in the bathroom. Which is where you should be losing your shit. Cody, there is zero reaction from you.
It's a funny little anecdote.
Yep.
I love that story.
Yeah.
I'm wiping sweat away from my eyes, and I was also crying.
Great. What was your favorite class?
Oh no, Chris, you can't do that laugh right now.
I was kind of the opposite of you.
Really?
Up until at least high school, I hated math because it didn't mean anything.
Right.
It was kind of for the same reason, kind of the opposite reason you had. It was just always numbers to me. And every math class up until my senior year of high school was just math for math's sake. And it wasn't until I got to college when I started doing applied math and engineering mathematics where I'm like, oh, this is why math is useful. You just put it into...
never made that... those
just
synapses never connect.
Right, it's just like, oh, you can use a mathematical equation to model like an electrical circuit or a mechanical system, and I'm like, oh, that's why math is cool.
Right.
And what I know exactly the moment where I'm like, oh, this is actually good. It was like one of the last lecture. This is going to be so stupid. But it was my freshman engineering mathematics course, and we were covering differential equations. It was like the last lecture, and all that week we had been modeling different mechanical and electrical systems with differential equations, and then my professor at the very end does this like magnum opus point where he's like, the differential equation we use to model this inductive circuit is the exact same equation that we use to model this dampening spring mechanical system. It's the exact same equation. Two completely different models being portrayed with the exact same equation. And I'm like, there's just such a natural harmony to the world in that, like, concept that I'm like, oh, I've achieved Mathvana.
That is the exact example of somebody, or, like, that's the argument somebody would use to say, we discovered math, we didn't create it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cody, that was an incredible story.
My answer is history.
Right. I love history classes too. I got desensitized with history though because we took like 8,000 American history classes.
Yeah.
And it was like the same thing over and over. I'm like, I get it. George Washington, Delaware, yeah. I want to learn about knights and their tumors.
There's also a lot of classes I took in college that I really liked.
That's great. You two didn't answer.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, John, you go.
Okay, I will. We'll continue talking about math for a second, because your answer was really fascinating to me. And I was the exact opposite. I loved math all the way up to...
until it got hard.
When they start putting letters in.
Well...
That ain't math.
I mean, I hope this teacher doesn't see this one day, because I actually didn't mind the teacher once I got out of high school. But, they ruined math for me.
Oh, no.
In my senior year of high school.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really care for her all that much either.
Well...
But we had a fine relationship in high school, and then, like, distance probably made the heart grow fonder. Maybe I should let you finish your story.
See, what really did it in for me was, like, math was cool. Math was great. It was probably, up to this point, going to be my favorite subject. However, right before my senior year started was when the car wreck happened. And I was concussed out of 9 different versions of hell.
Right.
It was terrible. And then I played football because they cleared me to play football. And I didn't think anything of it. And then I got blindsided 6 feet into the ground, and reconcussed. And then again, right before I got cleared to play at the end of the week, I got knocked my shit in. And so I got 3 concussions in rapid succession.
All in like the same year?
Pretty much, all within like a 6-month period.
Oh my god.
And two of them in the same week.
Somebody needed to lose their license.
And here's the thing, is her response to that was, well, I'm just going to give you more homework so that I can make sure you understand the work that we're doing.
Nice.
And I'm like, I can do that. But no, I feel like, honestly, like, just that kind of ruined the subject for me.
Yeah.
My real answer now is probably a tie between physics and psychology.
I never would have guessed that.
Like, I still see it now, like, even when I'm at work, I like to see, like, people making decisions and, like, what they're basing the decisions off of. And I like to kind of look into that on, like, I don't want to go super deep into it, but I like to see, like, the surface level of it. Physics was great because you got to build a fucking catapult. It was a great time. You got to build a bridge, you could do, like, suspensions, like, it was very, like, hands-on, and I loved that.
Growing up, I from an early age got really big into the sciences, because then I could explain dinosaurs and the moon and the planets and how things grow and the rain, and I could just explain all phenomena. And then going into high school, I realized what I want to do when I grow up is I want to be a scientist, and I want to be able to, as my job, go and explore all this stuff. And then I got into high school, and I realized, oh, scientists have fields that they go into.
Specialization.
So what's my specialization?
Writing.
Not even a specialization, just a field.
Yeah. And I discovered specifically biology. And then the most complex organization of the matter that creates the universe is life, and that it can move on its own, and it tries to seek out other matter to make itself bigger. And then when I got from there, once I got into college and I started taking psychology and sociology and all these other fields, and including writing, and still I kind of look at everything in this way. Everything is just an organism, growing and expanding and thinking for itself. And if you look at a city and its expansion, and all the motorways are just arteries, and everything's life, and it's so cool, and I miss biology so much.
You looked at me the whole time you said that.
You're across from me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to go steady?
No.
I loved that answer. I didn't get to go to college.
I don't remember most of my college.
Could I? I know we're getting kind of late.
We do have
one more.
We do have a bit to
question.
cut.
Yeah, but I don't. I want to skip that question if I'm honest. I have one of my own that we've kind of touched on.
It was kind of a dumb question.
Yeah, I want to end on this one
Sorry,
preferably.
John.
What was it?
Well, this was going to be for the audience.
Oh,
Okay, we'll
A
save that.
simpler question.
We'll save that for
Say
the
it
audience
again.
after I ask
Okay.
this. I'm curious what your guys' dream jobs would be. We've kind of touched on that idea with some of the other questions. What would your dream job be? Let's start with you, John.
Porn star.
I mean, I feel like you're a little bit serious.
Not really, no.
Japan needs male porn stars.
Man.
Not based on the videos I've seen.
But it's
The
always
male-
like the same three once.
Oh, the male to female ratios
Oh,
I've
no.
seen
Uh-oh.
are like 40-1.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Same 40 guys.
I
though.
exclusively only watch lady-centric porn.
That's great.
I think...
I don't want to talk about this.
And pulling back to your question, my actual answer I would love to be a manager of some sort of sports team.
Oh, that's great for you. That
I
would
would
be
love
perfect. That I can see you doing that in a heartbeat.
You would make sure the players got care for their concussions.
No.
You would work them like a dog.
I'd be like, get your ass back out there. Fucking rub some dirt on it.
I'm gonna get some dirt in your eye. What would you do?
A professional YouTuber.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
This is what you want to do.
That'd be the dream, as in, like, fantastical and
Yeah.
out of
Quit your
reality.
job right now. No balls.
Man, it's actually sad that you said that.
Me?
That he said it was
Oh.
fantastical and out of reality. Not that, like, that's making me think this, like, my dream job is just fantastical and out of reality.
Well,
Is it also YouTube?
No.
don't let your dreams be not real.
Anyway.
Chris?
It would still be a field biologist.
Lame.
I want to be out in the field studying plants and animals in their natural environment.
Hey, can you revive my
Chia pet?
Chia.
That's over there. I moved
Probably.
seeds?
Um,
I killed it.
it. Didn't water it once.
I did water it.
No, I mean, like, you missed it one time.
Oh, yeah,
That's
pretty
all it
much.
took. That's all it took.
That's really all it was.
but yeah, it's still that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two. My main one that I've had for a long time, as I'm sure you all know, is I've wanted to be a theoretical physicist. I like the idea of defining the conditions and the physics behind the impossible. The things that we can't measure physically. I'm into that idea. And my backup, because I'm so interested in criminal pathology, would be a criminal pathologist. I would be a forensic pathologist, I think.
But those aren't dreams. Those are real jobs. You could absolutely do that.
So is a YouTube personality. There's plenty of real ones.
I suppose.
You know, Markiplier made $38 million last
And he's
year.
from our state.
He is.
Logan Paul also made a shit ton.
He was
He's
actually
also from
roommates
Ohio.
with a friend of mine.
Holy
Get
shit,
the fuck
really?
out of here.
Yeah.
You are 1 degree of separation from fucking Markiplier?
I actually met him at my friend's wedding.
Oh, yeah, you told me
I
this.
remember this story.
Yeah.
I don't. This
Why
must
didn't
have
you
been around
bump
Mikey
the
Customs.
channel?
Ask for a collab.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oh, we were on our break.
yeah.
you want to text him real fast?
You got his number?
Hey yo, Marky Mark.
I saw you playing that horror game and getting real scared.
he at the time just wanted to be Mark.
Right.
He didn't want to be Markiplier, and
He wants to be Markiplier.
because he just wanted to be at his friend's wedding,
Right.
and so I'm like, hey, can I get a quick picture? And then didn't want to bother him about it anymore.
There's no way I would even approach him. I'd be like, he doesn't.
I didn't either.
He doesn't want to see some asshole like me.
I didn't either. My friend, knowing that I was into YouTube, like introduced us.
Oh,
That's cool.
that is a neat thing.
Yep, he was going wild on the dance floor.
I bet. He seems like an energetic guy.
He's very energetic. I don't think he drinks, which means that was just.
Him? Markiplier?
I don't think so.
I mean, I used to watch him a bunch. He did a series called Drunk Minecraft.
I know, but I think he's like.
Oh, like...
I think he's like allergic to alcohol
really?
or something
What?
to that effect.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I'm just making that up, but I think I heard that somewhere.
Wow.
Chris, title it.
Yep.
Markiplier.
Markiplier allergic to alcohol? Question mark?
Alcoholic?
Alcoholic. Is alcoholic? Well, I think we could park this one in the Steamboat Express. Huh?
That's very relevant for Ohio.
Steamboat.
Yeah.
If you say so.
What is our final question for the audience?
Oh, for the audience.
Yeah, for the audience.
I want you to answer this one in the comments, please.
Between the four of us, do you think we are each a messy person? Like we have a terrible living conditions? As I look around at my house.
Terrible is a strong word. I don't know how I describe it.
But like...
It's terrible.
Oh, me specifically?
No.
No. Or do you think that we're clean people? That, live a healthy lifestyle?
Okay. I just want to say messy is not the same as dirty.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
agree.
fair.
And that'll be all.
We're
We're
I
over.
hope you guys enjoyed this.
That's it. That's all, folks.
That's all it
Goodbye,
is.
everybody.
I love you.